It's crazy. That sucks that a lot of motherfuckers don't get recognition until they pass the fuck away.
That is crazy. It's so many. It's interesting too because not that my era of hip hop was less violent. Like I think you had a violent era, then you had like I don't know if you know the Self Destruction song where all the rappers got on there and talked about how we're destroying ourselves, and there's a lot of videos out that talk about how like the music industry wants to promote. That's the stuff that gets on. Like you don't hear the Talib Kweli's and some of the other like conscious rappers, for lack of a better word.
There's nobody give a fuck if you had a good day. They just want to know about who you shooting and what drugs you selling and what ass is popping.
But I think it's different. Like, and it could be bias, right? It could be my bias, but I feel like, and we all know my favorites: the Nas's, the Jay-Z's, the Jadakisses. I feel like they told you their struggle so that you didn't have to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the current generation of rappers are like, no, this is what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going around the corner, going pop this dude like into auto-tune.
Yep.
the most crazy, when you really think about the contrast of this melodic rap talking about.
This nigga talk about killing a nigga in auto-tune. Like,
right?
You think you about to hear some positive shit? Nigga talking about how he popped the nigga. You got switches.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I'm about to say, where did this my Glock got a dick on it shit come from? Like why does it have to be a dick on the gun? I guess they say extendo clip or whatever the fuck, but they call it a dick. Why?
Oh, that's news to me.
Why? I like my gun. My gun has a clip. That's doesn't have a dick on it. Like no. It's younger generation, man. But I guess it is what it is. But I feel like we should get this motherfucking show started. So
let's do it.
Let's get it motherfucking popping.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I am what I am, and I'm going to be the very best of what I am. And for those who don't like me confidentially, I don't give a damn. I'd like to thank you for letting me be myself.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're in the crib. I'm Rahmonn.
I'm Darien.
And this is episode
38?
38.
38. We
also,
getting it.
Yeah. Our Thanksgiving episode.
Yes. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
So make sure you bring your AirPods or Galaxy Buds if you're listening to this around the family.
Facts. Big facts.
They might look at you strange. It was going to be an awkward conversation at the TV.
Don't put this on the TV. Don't put this on the TV so everybody can see it. Nah.
Or play excerpts. Like
Fact.
When Darien gets in his bag, you put that on the TV.
Facts. Send the kids outside or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But listen to it when you're going to walk with your cousin.
You know. Y'all know that walk. That quick store run, motherfucker. Yep. We know what that is.
You got smoke to deal with all these motherfuckers.
Facts. Big facts.
What are you grateful for, sir?
I'm grateful for my queen. I say it a lot, but it's hard to find love like what I got. And I appreciate that shit for the fullest. Like she ain't had to invest in me as much as she did. And she did, and I'm truly grateful and forever grateful for that shit. Big facts.
I'm grateful for you talking about you and your wife's love. Because I think I'm guarded, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been called cynical because of my past history. And so I think I'm guarded. And like, as I'm listening to you, right? And then of course I have to listen to it at least a couple more times.
A lot more, nigga.
Through the process of publishing and everything. And I'm like, listening, I'm like, sometimes I say I'm a hater because I want what you, but I got what you got.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think about it like that.
Yep, that's the problem.
And so I'm really grateful for your testimony to kind of open my brain up.
Yeah, I do it a lot because I feel like it's something people should hear. A lot of times you don't hear about men. You always hear about women talk about how they're in head over heels in love with the person that they're with and all of that. You don't hear men talk about that shit. And I feel like our women need to hear that it's possible for a man to actually feel like that about you.
Yeah, plus when we were coming up, it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Like it's even
You
cool. That's
whip.
one new thing you hear
Soon
about.
as you say you care about her, you whip.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care. If
I am. Thank you.
Yep. And that's how I am. Like, oh, you whip. You goddamn right I am, motherfucker. I know what I got.
So I will tell you, when Kanye says that one good girl's worth 1,000 bitches, just to have somebody that is undeniably in
You
your
were
corner
trading all them bitches for her.
and has your back, it is priceless.
Facts.
Literally priceless. So
Facts.
shout
Yeah.
out to our queens.
Big facts. Like, shout out to our queens. We need y'all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work without y'all. Though we ain't gonna say it consistently. It would not fucking work without y'all. Big facts.
See, my stubborn head is like, no, I can do myself. But I would want to.
Yeah, nah, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, and I feel like that's part of us growing up, is us understanding, like, yeah, if we really wanted to, we could do it without this person, but we want this person to experience this shit in our life with us. And that's what it's all about. Like, if you don't feel like having someone truly experience your life with you, I feel like it's no point. Like, I understand some people just want relationships just for companionship and all that shit, but like, I feel like if you just looking for a nut, let motherfuckers know you just looking for a nut,
Right.
and then
Like, just
continue
be
on with your
open
life.
and honest.
Yeah, don't make somebody think that y'all are this whole thing, and then y'all are, in your mind, you're not.
Right.
Like, that's gonna fuck everything up for that other person. Now they gonna feel like they can't trust nobody and all that extra shit. Like,
Make it
nobody wants
difficult
to.
as hell for the next dude.
Yep.
But I think
That's.
I think what gets in my head is being a survivalist, right? So you've had these situations where you made this partnership, and not just with love interest, but just people. Where you've made this partnership where you're doing this thing together, and then something happens and you suddenly have to now do it by yourself, and you have to figure out how to do it by yourself. So I think my primary mentality is always, I can do this by myself, and how do I do it by myself? And just kind of letting go and saying, I can, but I don't want to. And I enjoy having a partner to do it with. So
That's just big, yo. Having a partner.
what were you going to say, though?
I forget.
Where were we at? Da-da-da-da.
I know last week I mentioned something about me being able to live in the woods. And I was supposed to tell you about Kick. He remembered this shit. I was thinking I could live in the woods because when I was younger, right, I was locked out of the crib. I had these bathroom. I went in the backyard, took a shit, and wiped my ass with a leaf.
Oh my God, you're smoky.
I was like, yo, I couldn't get in the crib. I'm like, yo, I'm not holding this shit, and I'm not shitting on myself. I wiped my ass with a leaf. Motherfucker, I was cool after that. My brother held that shit over my motherfucking head.
Smokey, you over there taking a shit?
That's funny. When I saw that shit, I was like, damn, that was me. I was in the backyard taking the shit. Wipe my ass with a leaf. I'd never do it again though, but that shit,
Like what? I thought I was a survivalist. Like the instinct to like, I'm gonna pick this leaf up and wipe my ass. Can you imagine if you picked up a poison ivy leaf by accident?
That's funny. I was just thinking about that. Like, what if I picked up the wrong leaf and I just had an itchy ass? Like,
I can't imagine my asshole being inflamed and itching. It's kind of funny the shit that you'll do when you're younger that you don't do when you're old. I know we touched on this a couple episodes ago, but I was thinking about this the other morning. Like I always say, yeah, you could probably find some cool furniture. Like when we were looking how to furnish this, everybody's like, why don't you go to Goodwill? Like, I don't know whose house that was in. I don't know if it got bugs in it. Like I was so skeptical about it. But years ago, so we had a studio set up in the basement. It was just when me and Art DJ'd. And we were trying to make it a little bit more like, it was just an unfinished basement at that too, right? So we saw this couch on the curb for the garbage. And I had a little Ford Tempo. I don't know if you've ever seen this, a little coupe boxy car. And this was them big, like a big 3-4 seater couch. We strapped that bitch on my car and drove it 3 towns over to my crib and put it in the basement. And I'm pretty sure cats had laid on it and shit. And like I remember we had girls over and they would chill on the couch. But I'm thinking now as an adult, an adult,
but back in that time, you think about it, like when you was younger, Like y'all would chill on a pissy mattress. Like niggas would chill on a pissy mattress and wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Like I guess it was less standards, but when you grow up, you like, nigga, that's not right. I'm not sitting on that. Like,
Yeah.
like
I guess it's like knowledge how Adam and Eve didn't know they were naked until they ate the apple and got knowledge.
They was just dangling. Just thought they was good.
Shit, I said I was gonna tell you something and I forgot.
It was. I remember my thing though.
Oh, I was talking about Manifest.
Oh yeah.
So I was asking, we were checking in, as you guys might remember, Darien's been and his wife have been watching Manifest, and we had watched it, and then it abruptly ended. Well, they've released a final 4th season to tie the whole shit up. And the other day, we were looking for something to watch at dinner time, and she was like, "You want to watch Manifest?" I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch Manifest right before we're about to get on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't think it'll bother me. It's like, but I got an imagination. So the last time I flew, I had to fly to Pittsburgh.
Oh shit.
What?
My fault. I didn't. I would just thought about it. You gotta get on the plane, and you was talking about not watching. I get why you don't want to watch
Right.
Manifest. I get why you don't want to watch
I
Manifest.
thought you saw something in the corner, like, what?
No. I saw your
You saw me
head
about
move.
to move the mic so I could run out the room.
I saw your head move fast and shit. Like, hold on, what the fuck you seeing? like, nah, I didn't see. Oh.
So, Pittsburgh was the last flight I took. And I'm on the plane. And it's funny, I'm fascinated by the science of flying.
My fault. Like when you went to Pittsburgh?
Went to Pittsburgh.
From
here.
From here.
What?
Where here, nigga?
You fly out of Philadelphia to Pittsburgh.
Okay. Nah, nigga, you say here. I'm like, hold on, nigga. We in Newark, Wilmington, Delaware. Ain't shit here. Ain't no.
Well, you got the Newport Airport.
Newcastle,
sorry. The
Oh,
airport
yeah,
right across
you
from
can
work.
go certain places from there. Yeah.
Because I had a choice to either drive. I didn't want to drive 8 hours to Pittsburgh, or fly. So I took the lesser of the things that make me anxious.
Yeah.
So I'm in the airport. I'm going through security.
8 hours to Pittsburgh from here.
Or 6.
That's still
Still a long app.
I
Anything
thought it
over
was- I
3
thought it
hours
was-
in the car for me is too long.
I personally thought it was like 3 hours. I didn't think it was fucking 8 hours.
It's all the way on the other side of Pennsylvania.
Oh shit, yeah.
In north.
I
So,
forget we are like in between a bunch of states.
Yeah.
So like from where we are.
Well, you got to
out-
remember, not every state you can go through in an hour like this one.
Yeah, this shit's small.
So I go through security, and I'm so nervous about flying. You had to take all your shit off. I didn't realize I didn't take my wedding band back out the little tub thing until the plane's taking off and I'm death gripping the thing. And I didn't feel the pressure of my ring against the handrail. That's how nervous I was. But the whole time I kept thinking, like, what if terrorists take this shit over?
You had to take his ring off?
Yeah. You had to take all your anything metal off.
Oh shit. I mean, I went through metal detectors with my ring on a couple
Really?
times. Yeah. And it's a real fucking ring, so I'm confused.
I mean, it's years ago. I don't know.
Oh shit.
So the whole time I'm sitting there waiting for the plane, I'm thinking, what if I have to Bruce Willis this shit and save everybody? And so my imaginative brain is running through scenarios, like looking around, like, all right, where could I duck? Where could I hide? How could I, like, that's why I don't need to watch Manifest before.
Yeah, you
we
don't
fly.
need to. I gotta save the passengers.
Yeah, like I got a calling.
Mm-mm.
I remember one time I was on a plane and the girl was screaming, like, I want to get off. I got to get off. And this girl screaming, I got to get off. And I had just recently seen Final Destination.
No. That movie will fuck a lot up for people.
And so the girl was like, no, I don't want to take the medicine. I don't. And all of a sudden it got quiet. But if she had kept going, they must have drugged
Hold
her.
on, nigga. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. He said, no, I don't want to take the medicine, and then it got quiet. These niggas injected this bitch in her neck, like, shut up, bitch, you going to sleep, like, mm-mm.
But she made me nervous to the point that I wanted to get off that flight.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I'm fascinated by the whole idea and being in the sky, but I'm nervous about it too. But I wasn't. I flew as a kid.
I get being nervous about it because it's you thousands and thousands of fucking feet above the fucking ground, and you have no control over your next move.
Yeah, but I got meditation now, so I'll be good. I have noticed a difference. Like that.
When the last time you flew?
This is the last time we'll talk about that book.
That book I talk about
every week for the past 3 weeks. But it talked about like creating a practice daily to kind of help with attention and mindfulness. But I also noticed it helps me with anxiety and irritation.
Yeah.
But the last time I flew is when I first moved here. So yeah, like 8 years ago.
I mean, it's closer than the last time I flew, goddammit. that shit like fucking 10, 15, 20 years ago.
See, that's why when you said you kept your ring on, I'm like, you wasn't married when you last flew.
Oh yeah, nah. But yeah, that is true. I didn't go through the metal detectors at the airport. I just went through like at the hospital and at like different places and shit.
Yeah.
I never took this bitch off. Like I don't
You sleeping and everything? See, I can't sleep and shit.
And nigga asked me, like, it's funny. He asked me, he was like, yo, do you sleep in your wedding ring? And I said, yeah. He said, oh, never mind. And then changed, like, nigga, what's the problem? like,
Wait, who asked you this?
Like, it was a nigga that I used to work with at one point, and he randomly was like, I guess he was talking to his chick or some shit, and she had a problem with him not wearing. But he was like, but he just randomly was like, yo, do you sleep with your wedding band on or like shower with it or anything? Like I do all that with it. I don't take it off. Like, and when I did take it off,
you beige underneath that ring?
Huh?
You more beige underneath the ring?
Yeah, a little bit. It's actually getting to the point where I actually fit this bitch. Before, it was a little loose, but my fingers are weird as shit.
Okay.
Like I got the fat part and the skin. My fault. And then the skinny underneath, and then like, and once I get it past this fucking fat part of my finger, I'm good.
Oh. Yeah, I had to take mine when I had one. I had to take it off at night. Like, weirdly, the only thing I can sleep in my chain, but like bracelets, watch, all comes off.
No, yeah, watch I can keep on. No, I keep bracelets, watch. See, Siri is the fucking feds. Why? Nobody said, hey, I'm not even gonna say it. Nobody said that or nothing.
I think maybe the wrist touched the button or something. I don't know. Making excuses. The feds.
Set up.
What happens is my NSA agent who listens to my phone just clocked out.
He clocked out.
Shift change.
Oh shit. He don't want to listen to this section, motherfucker.
I know it. I forgot that. Have you listened? I know you didn't, but have you listened to the Nas album yet?
No.
So King's Disease 3 came out Friday.
King's Disease?
Well, a couple Fridays ago. Oh, by the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We were supposed to say that at the beginning.
We talked about listening to it at Thanksgiving, but didn't say happy Thanksgiving.
And we said all that before we even started. It was like, we got to make sure we say happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
But anyway,
that's celebrated.
It's the third project in the series of King's Disease albums. And I'll be honest, this time I was hesitant. I was like, all right, they killed the first one. They killed the second one. Then they had the little interlude with the magic one. There's no way they're going to kill another one. Bro, there's no skips in this album. None.
It's like that?
None. I've not listened to anything else but it since it came out.
Bam.
Yeah.
All right, I got it on my shit, nigga.
Yeah. Nas and Hit do not miss. It's like he finally found
what?
Nas Hit Boy is produced all of these.
Oh shit!
But they don't miss, and you probably have seen clips of it buzzing. Like he talked about, like when he said, it's all love, it's no beef. They play Ether on Tidal, and he's like, sometimes I listen to Takeover and hear shit, and I call Hove and be like, nah, nigga, this ain't over.
Yeah,
it's a good ass album.
That's dope as shit though.
I just
Nas is nice though.
Yeah. And way past what you would call a traditional prime, and he's killing it. It sounds great. Check out King's Disease 3 if you haven't. It's been 2 weeks.
By the time this come out?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks. Because this comes out the 24th.
Oh yeah.
The album came out on the 11th. So, yep. Did you listen to the 21 Savage Drake album?
Yeah, I listened to some of it. It's decent. It's mid. It's a little
okay.
It's in the middle. It depends. I know Jumbotron shit. I kind of fuck with that song. It was another one. I forget the name of it, but it got a couple hits and misses.
Okay. I gotta check that one out.
I've always been iffy on 21 Savage though.
Okay.
But he do be getting some bars. He said, "Spin the block twice like it ain't nowhere to park." I was like, "Oh shit!" That shit was fire.
It's interesting. I don't know if you guys pay attention.
I think that wasn't even on that album though. That's that was.
But I was like, they can tell which one of us posted based on the music
The
selection.
music, yeah.
You know, you're getting oldies mostly, and then I'd be like, I gotta find something modern. All right, what's trending?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go with this one.
I give you mostly the newer shit.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice mix.
Mixed up.
Speaking of mix, next week we'll have David on. David is a longtime friend. I met him through one of my best friends. His cousin. And he launched a radio show.
Okay.
Where he, like, this dude even before what I remember, he was the first person to show me YouTube before Google even owned YouTube. That's how long I known him. And he would just find these eclectic, great songs that weren't super popular necessarily, but they were just great music. And so he's taken that talent to producing a radio show called Notch 8. I'll put the link in the bottom there somewhere. Or maybe I'll hold off until he's here, but I'll still put the link in the bottom, whatever.
Yeah.
But the show airs Monday through Thursday. I'm going to correct it if I'm wrong. 8:30 to midnight.
Right.
But it reminds me of, remember how back in the day you would go, like, they had the Quiet Storm section of the radio you listen to. I don't know what the radio stations here were like, but at home you could tune in and it had all these great, like, classic R&B songs. And, like, he had songs in there. I was, like, texting him, like, yo, what's this song? What's this song? It was some joints.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. He's a funny fucking guy. Real smart guy. I'm excited to for you to meet him and have a conversation.
That's dope. I can't wait. Big facts. That's gonna be dope as shit.
Yeah. And not just R&B, like he knows all kinds of music.
All genres and shit. Yeah. Some music connoisseur.
Question for you. Again, I saw this one pop up scrolling, and I thought it was a fascinating conversation. You have a chess game. And then the two opponents in the chess game, one is a mind reader, and the other one can see into the future. Who would win at the chess game? And beyond the chess game, who do you think would have more advantage in life?
I would say the one that can see the future, right? Because he would already know what's going to happen. But yeah, that goes back and forth because the mind reader can know that what he knows is going to happen, so he could counteract that shit.
But then, well, I guess it depends on who goes first.
That's what starts it off. Whoever goes first, I feel like whoever goes first loses.
Really?
Yeah. Because once you go, all right, say if the mind reader go first. If the mind reader go first, the one that sees the future already knows what's going to happen. Oh, this shit's confusing, nigga. He already knows what's going to happen, but also if the one who can see the future goes first, the mind reader can read his mind and know what his next step is going to be. So that's a fucking doozy, nigga.
Well, let me ask you this question. I guess this defines it. Do you think the future is set in stone, right? So a couple weeks ago, you said everything happens for a reason, right?
If you can see it, yeah. If you can see the future, that's what's going to happen.
But what if it could be changed? It's not written yet. It didn't happen. Or do you believe it is written?
I feel like the future is already set in stone. Like, what your future is going to be like is already set. It's just up to you to continue to do what you do to get there.
Right. So there's a possibility of a change. So if I'm meant to be a multimillionaire in the future, but I don't do shit to achieve it, how would it still happen?
It's going to be one of them one luck fucking things happen.
So what if I just go sit in the woods and don't communicate with anybody, don't do anything, and just sit in the woods? Well, I'm probably going to eventually die. But besides that, so you truly believe your story is already fucking written?
Yeah. It's story written. You just don't know what it entails. None of us know what our story entails.
So what would inspire you to do anything if your story's already written? So basically what you're saying...
Me just wanting what I want in my life.
But
and
what if the story...
If your story is written, if it's meant to happen, it will happen. If it's not, it won't.
Wow, we might have just hit our first on air, like some serious disagreement. I couldn't think of the word. I was so appalled. So we know you have a desire to make your living off of your creativity and carpentry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you're telling me, based on your belief, if your story is written already and your story means that you're going to be a retail sales, you're going to be a retail store manager at Aldi. That's your story. That's what's going to happen?
Yeah, if that's what my fucking story is, that's what's gonna happen. This motherfucking carpentry shit ain't gonna work out. I'm gonna learn the shit that I need to learn, but it's still not gonna work out, and I'm gonna end up fucking retail goddamn manager somewhere.
So you would just abandon your dream and your target.
It's not about abandoning your dream and your target. It's about learning what you are capable of and what you succeed in and focusing on that. Everybody has a lot of dreams. I guarantee. Always chase your dream. If it's a dream, work towards it. Try to make it happen. But if it don't happen after a certain amount of fucking time, don't keep what's the word I'm looking for? Don't keep fucking shit up to try and get there.
You know why that was a sore button for me? We've talked on here before about how I always had a direction for my life and other people have tried to direct me differently, right? And one time I was having a conversation with my uncle. I adore and love my uncle, right? My uncle was, an adjacent father figure for me growing up a lot. And I remember talking to him one time and he said, "That's not what you're meant to do. That's not your talent." And so I said, "Well, what is?" And he's like, that's for you to figure out. And now my problem with that and why a lot of times I won't cut anybody off, right? Because I think it's really wrong to ignore your fucking elders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I may not reach out, but if you reach out, I'm gonna answer because A, I never know what happened, and B, it's a fucking respect thing. I think it's disrespectful. That's another sore subject I'm not gonna dive into. But I need to eliminate negative talk so that my inner talk is louder. My inner talk has to be louder, right? Because I've decided I'm going to do it. But that conversation weighed with me so long that it made me second guess. And there would be times where I would second guess, and I would always go back to that conversation. And I don't believe that's fucking right. I think my gift is the ability to do whatever I set out to do. I have a unique talent that if I decide to do something, I can get really good at it really, really quickly. It's almost dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I put in the fucking work. Like none of this shit I previously knew how to fucking do before I decided I wanted to know how to do it. So that's my fucking story because that's what I chose my story to be. Like I refuse to believe that my story is previously written down somewhere.
But like I said, even referring back to your dream as a youngin', you probably was supposed to be in music in the first place. All them other people pushed you somewhere else.
Okay.
So even though you think this is you writing your story, this is where you're supposed to be in the first fucking place. You wasn't supposed to do that engineering shit. You wasn't supposed to do that shit.
Okay.
You supposed to, like you said before, if you would have started with music from the jump, where would you be in the music industry right now?
Right.
Like you'd be good as shit. Like it's because we all think somebody else knows what our path is supposed to be. They don't. It's up for you to figure out your path, which you did, and you thought that's what your path was at a younger age. Somebody else was like, "Nah, you're not supposed to do that."
But would you abandon that if, let's say, you found a book that says what Darien's life is like? You stumbled upon your future.
I'm gonna throw that away because that ain't gonna be my book.
So you're contradictory to what you said earlier.
No,
I said if in a book in the future, you're supposed to be like the top Aldi manager.
a book,
not a carpenter.
A book in the future. Then that's what my fucking. You're gonna try and change it, but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up seeing that same fucking spot.
No, I refuse to believe that because I believe when you. Yeah, I had a long, fruitful career at AT&T, right? I went into it with a different direction. Neither is of which what I'm driving toward today. But I went into it with a different direction.
Because you was looking for a
I needed
IT
something.
position.
And right.
Because you was already doing the engineering shit, right?
Damn, my nigga, listen to me. I
do listen.
You recalling. I love this.
But you keep referring back to this engineering shit that wasn't your idea.
Right. But hear me out. But look how that steered my course. Like, yes, maybe it was a necessary thing to do for me to provide for my family and myself.
At the time, yeah.
But I got all engrossed in it. It's all I knew. It's all I did. I missed things because I wanted to be good at it. Right? I didn't know balance. It's crazy because I knew the impact of not being there because it happened to me and I still turned around and fucking did it, right? But I still did it. And abandoned. Now, granted, I don't think I would want to be in IT now either. At all.
Yeah.
But I abandoned my path. I already see how you about to flip it on me. Like, I heard you in my head about how you about to flip it on me. Go ahead, rebuttal.
I'm saying, like, how did you didn't abandon your path?
Because it wasn't my path.
That wasn't, yes, nigga, I keep saying that. That was not your fucking path. Like, your path is the one that you're on now, the one that you feel is right. And you feel like this is right and what you should be doing. That's part of your path. What somebody else tells you should be doing or what somebody else tells you pays the most or you'll be quicker to get into the field if you do this, all that, that's not your fucking path. That's someone else trying to push you in a certain direction to make sure that you're in a position that they want you to be in. That's not somebody who's basically having you do this to get to where you want to be in or where you're destined to be in. What you're destined to do is already set for you. It's up for you to figure it the fuck out. You finally figured the fuck out and you decided to go to school for what you wanted to do. You decided to fucking get all this equipment for what you wanted to do. It's not about, motherfuckers are going to try to push you to what they want for you. It's not what they want for you. It's what you learn as on the way and you learned that this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay, so
this story was written for you. It was written for you to learn all the mistakes and all the trials that you went through the other things that you went to school for and all of that. All of that taught you even more things in life. Granted, it didn't push you towards this particular goal that you have and this particular thing that you want in your life, but it steered you to what you are now and what you are understanding yourself and what you want.
Damn, and I said it last week. I had to do everything I had to do to be able to operate this the way I do.
Exactly.
Because I learned something from each one of those experiences. All right, touche. You haven't done this to me in a long time, so this is a good conversation.
Nah, that's fact.
I guess I was looking at it from the path of, again, somebody else telling me what my path was. That's why I was so adamant, like, well, you're not meant to be an Audi fucking store manager. Would you rock it out? Absolutely. But you're not meant to do that. And I get so passionate about people who don't, and I guess it's from an inward feeling, right? From people who don't follow what they're fucking passionate about. Because I believe even if you aren't good at it at first, because if we play some of my first fucking beats that I ever fucking made, you will fucking die fucking laughing. Because they were terrible. And that's okay.
Like, boom, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap.
Not even. Like, just weird, poorly chosen sounds, just very static, fucking lined up shit. And damn. Damn. But turn my hat around.
But that's facts though, yo.
So you think every step of the way is written?
Yeah.
So you believe, like, if you went into the future, you travel into the future, and you saw something bad was going to happen, nothing you could do would change it. It was always going to end up that outcome.
Yeah and no, because I do believe in the butterfly effect.
Okay.
I do believe if I see something in the future and I come back and I change something that I do, it will affect drastically something in the future. But if I see that something is tragic or something is bad or whatever, I would still understand that somehow or some way this is what it's supposed to get to. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, this particular thing could possibly change me for something else that's better in life.
All right, I'm going to get really deep. And I don't want to put it in the universe. So we're just going to say a person. Let's say you lost a person that you were close to,
Mhm.
and you had the ability to go back in time, would you go back in time and try and change it?
Uh, it all depends on the person, my nigga. I feel like I know what you want to say.
I'm
That's why
not.
you
I don't
didn't.
believe in
That's
putting bad vibes in the air, but you ever see The Time Machine? It came out like in the 2000s. It was originally a book and they redid it, but in the essence, the guy is a scientist and he's trying to invent time travel, and he loses his wife, and so he finishes the time machine because he's distraught, right?
Mhm.
And he keeps going back into, and I don't remember it exactly, but the movie was so good, I actually went out and bought the book and read it because I thought the story was fascinating. And he kept trying to go back and save his wife's life, and no matter what he did, it kept happening. And the reason I thought about it is because you said everything's written.
Mhm. So I mean that kind of explains it, nigga. He kept trying to try different things and not, but it still happened. She was meant to go. Like, sounds bad, but like everybody's meant to go at a certain time.
You know, that's another thing my uncle had told me once, and it pissed me off at the time. When I lost my best friend, Sim, and he said, probably true words, but probably not the right timing. He said, some people are meant to be in your life for a season, only a short period of time. And I refused to fucking accept that.
Well, yeah, first of all, somebody just passed away. That's a fucked up ass way to fuck. That's a fucked up ass way to say that. Like, now I also hate, like, it's the moment. Like, in the moment of somebody passing away, you're not supposed to say certain shit. Like, I hate when people say that somebody is in a better place now after they die. Like, granted, over time, I will understand. Yeah, they're not suffering no more. They're not going through. But right now, they just fucking died. Like, I don't care about, like, bitch, I wanted them here with me. Like,
Right.
I don't. And it's all about what the fuck you say. It's your wording and shit when people pass, man.
If you had to choose one power over the other,
Mhm.
so you got to either be able to read people's minds or see into the future, which one would you choose?
See in the future. See in the future. Because I will look up everything in the future that people invested in, and it created them a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and I would invest right now.
But your story's already written. What if that's not written for you?
It is if I can see in the future.
I think both of them would be a burden.
They both will be a burden.
I don't think either of them. There's a reason you're not meant to know what somebody's thinking all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, fuck no.
And we know I'm super curious, so I can't just mind my fucking business. If I had that power, I'd be like, I wonder.
As you walking past somebody, it's gonna be the wrong motherfucker you try to hold the elevator for. And start reading their mind. Oh, this fucking nigga touched the elevator.
I can already detect that. I already know when that happens.
But you gonna hear that shit though.
Yeah.
You go instead of them having to keep that shit to themselves, you gonna hear that shit. Motherfucker gonna be salty.
But I think it would be a burden, so I wouldn't want that. And I wouldn't want to know. I think last week I talked about being in the moment. And I think half the goal, half the enjoyment of the goal is the journey, man. Like, I've been putting in work trying to reach a new goal. We won't air it out here, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so excited to get to that. Like, everything I've been discovering to do to get to that has been super fucking exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like having the power to just know it's going to work, it's not going to work. I think it takes away some of the excitement of being in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
Kind of like that
sense.
movie, what was it, Rewind? Click? It was an Adam Sandler movie when
Click?
Yeah.
That was that shit.
And he fast forwarded through so many parts of his life. He fast forwarded through like the mundane parts to get to the exciting parts, but he missed so much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you would, if you had that knowledge, you would miss. Kind of like you
Casual
said
moments.
earlier, like everything I did had to happen to be able to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So you would miss those moments and those lessons.
Yeah, I think both would be a burden, but if I had to pick one in all fairness of the game, I'd pick the mind reading. I wouldn't want to know what the future is. I'm excited to write it, whether you say it's written or not.
Yeah, I feel
Let me
you.
rephrase. I'm excited to live it. I guess I'll say.
Yeah, to live it. That makes sense though. I mean, because I guess seeing in the future would be more of a burden. But I guess it depends though. I would hate to see in the future and the world is like destroyed.
Or fucked up.
That would be
Or even knowing the dates.
Okay, hold on. Now you're making me retract my fucking statement. Cause nigga, cause if the world game fucking end in 10 years, I don't want to fucking know that shit. I just want it to happen. Like I don't I just want to be as confused as the rest of you motherfuckers. Like
think of the bird, like you think of Professor X. No, he can't see in the future. Sorry.
He can read minds though, right?
Yeah. I would just use it to wonder if I could sleep with people. I would use it of no value. It would be a wasted gift. I wonder if she'd sleep with me. Hell no.
Oh. That would be funny
But
as
just
fuck.
knowing when like loved ones are gonna die, it would I think both powers would drive me into madness.
And then like how would you communicate that? Would you hold on to it or would you be like, hey auntie, you gonna die in 3 years? Like like what the fuck? Yeah, I'd rather read minds, man.
See, right?
Yeah, I'd rather read minds. I don't want to see the future. The future will happen. That's the future for that because it's to come. Pause.
Random. Have you ever forgotten your wife's birthday or an anniversary?
Fuck no.
I didn't think you had.
Fuck no.
Just a coworker was telling me that her husband
fucking
forgot
amazing
their
with
birthday
dates.
and anniversary.
Nigga, I'm amazing with dates. I got too many fucking dates I gotta try to remember. I got her anniversary, her birthday, my kid's birthday. I got the day we originally got back together. I got all that shit.
You got to work to remember your own birthday?
Huh? That's funny. Yeah, I do. Motherfucker. I had to make sure I remember my shit. Sometimes I won't even celebrate my shit. I ain't started celebrating my shit till recently because my wife. She hit me quick like, yo, what we doing for your birthday? I said, oh shit, that is coming up, ain't it? I think well now I'm really gonna fucking remember, nigga. I'm finna be.
30,
We're not gonna
30,
say it. Shut
30,
your bitch
30.
ass up. Shut your ass
I
up.
was got a song called 32.
Yeah, I saw that as I was scrolling through the joint. I saw 30. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna skip that one.
There's no skips. Nah, you gotta celebrate you more. Remember I told you that last week? Did you digest that information yet?
Yeah, I have been trying to invest into myself more.
But celebrate you more.
Yeah.
That really, really, really stuck with me.
Yeah, I feel you. I should celebrate myself more. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just so invested in my wife and kids. Like, I feel like a lot of times if they not right, I'm not right.
But you can't make them right if you're not right.
It sounds like a double negative to me. It's
no.
like, nah, I get what you're saying.
Right?
I'm fucking with you. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You got to pour into you so that you could be the best you for them.
Best me for them, yeah.
Like, you're a great you for them, but if you're not pouring into you.
Yeah. All you motherfuckers, man. Me and my wife had conversation fucking basically just saying the same shit you doing. Saying the same shit you saying.
Wait till she watches that episode, if she probably has by the time this airs. Wait till she watches that episode and she sees my revelation that I had. Mm-hmm. I think she's going to agree with me.
Mm-hmm. Probably. She might. I don't know, man. I don't know. I still ain't shit. Say nah. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm a good person.
That's what we're going to call your book.
What?
Only make dopeness, only make love.
I don't know if I could write a book. That might be tedious on me.
You could tell the stories and hire somebody to transcribe the book for you. Mm-hmm. That's what most people do.
What's that called? An autobiography?
If you do it yourself.
That's an autobiography.
Yeah,
it's a biography
if somebody else writes it.
Which is kind of sounds weird. I would think auto, but I guess...
I mean, autoerotica asphyxiation is when you choke yourself while masturbating. So I think that's the right definition of that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's weird. You choke yourself while masturbating. You just don't want to breathe while you beat your dick? That's weird.
I think.
Some girls like being choked. And that's okay. Why you look at your hand like that?
I remember I dated a girl.
You know, nigga thumb twitch.
No. I dated a girl, and she told me she wanted to be church girl too. She told me how she wanted to be choked during sex, and I had never choked anybody during sex. And so I'm telling my roommate, my best friend, about it, and he is like, "Nigga, you better not choke nobody in there with your big ass hands." I don't want to have to testify against you in court.
They gonna strangle the bitch by accident. Oh, my nuts.
Oh, I'm like, what?
That's funny. They gonna be salty as shit. Gonna strangle the bitch by accident.
She was like, choke me, ramen. What?
Ramen?
And then she's like, I'll show you. And she proceeded to, I was like, don't like that.
Yeah, It's, I mean, you can choke, but it depends. Like, bitch, if you want me to strangle you, like, no. I just put my hand on your neck, but I ain't. So,
Would you look at the time? What's your final thought, sir?
My final thought. If you're into that freaky shit, don't choke them too goddamn hard. Motherfucker eyes pop out their head. Oh my God. Oh, but no. On some real shit though. Love each other. Do whatever you can to make the world a better place. Make sure you treat everybody how you want to be treated. And grind hard and aim for what you want.
My final thought is, have you ever thought about being a fucking therapist?
No. I ain't think about being a therapist because I think I need a therapist.
Sometimes those that can't do teach. It's funny, I was talking to a customer and I was like, I don't know why I feel comfortable just telling you shit. I was like, are you a therapist? She's like, actually, I am. I was like,
oh, shit. Yeah,
Do you have a card?
That's funny as fuck.
Can I see you professionally?
That's facts, though. Like,
but she works in a prison, so she's like, you don't want to see me where I do therapy.
Nah, yeah, I don't.
Do you have after office hours?
Nah, I don't buy one no therapist in the prison.
But no, I think
I gotta tell this bitch about how I just almost shanked the nigga today. Like.
There's got to be some interesting stories that patient confidentiality won't let her tell. But my final thought is like,
I don't believe in that. I'm sorry.
Enjoy the journey. Like whether or not your story is pre-written, take time to enjoy the journey. I think it's fascinating. I think you get more out of it. Yes, you're focused at the end goal, but every experience, like D reminded me, every experience that you go through is part of the journey and adds something to you. And I think that's fascinating and meaningful. So thank you for reminding me of that, sir. And hopefully you guys take that and got an impact like that. I'm definitely listening and watch and listen.
You got to on all episodes.
It's be crazy to me how we have a simple question and it turns into this.
Yeah, man. It opens the fucking 30 other doorways and shit.
Yeah.
That's facts though.
But listen and watch and listen and make sure you capture everything that you can get out of it. Because again, D's dropping bars over here.
Big facts, big bars. Make sure you follow us on everything at Warm the Crib across Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Warm the Crib podcast on TikTok. Go to the YouTube. Go to the YouTube. And subscribe. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We do this for y'all.
Whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or whatever it's called, enjoy the time with your family, right?
Enjoy that time.
And be grateful. Like
time with your family is important, bro.
Because we're grateful every day.
Big facts. You gotta be grateful every day. It could be so much worse. 1, you could be dead. 2, you could be a crackhead living on a park bench. 3,
you might not have toilet paper and have to use a leaf.
Facts. It wasn't that comfortable. I could feel the little veins on the leaf and everything.
All right.
I'm sorry. I was joking.
Until next week, we have a small hiatus, right? Is this where we have the hiatus? I'm not sure. You'll find out a week from now if something comes out or doesn't.
You have 4 straight.
But this is I'm lying. Never mind.
Take back. Don't fuck
See,
what he said.
I'm thinking about too far in the future instead of just thinking about the moment.
Yep.
So anyway, we'll see you in a week. Until next time, peace.